Come and see you. Let me tell you a story about the night NEPA took light and the whole boarding school went quiet like a grave. This was the night many of us realized why there was one senior no one dared report. What happened that night still moves in my head like a shadow that refuses to sleep. It was already late. The moon was up, but clouds kept covering it like the sky was hiding something. The hostel was quiet, too quiet. Even the crickets outside sounded scared. I was standing by the window, holding my bucket, because I had gone to fetch borehole water before lights out. My hands were shaking, not because of the cold, but because I had just seen something I was not supposed to see. I saw her. Not walking, not running, just standing there. The senior, the one nobody reported. Ha, you might be thinking, it is just a senior student. What is the big deal? But this one was different. In that school, seniors came and went. Some were strict, some were kind, some liked to shout, some liked to show power. But this one, even teachers avoided her eyes. People said her name only in whispers. If you said it loud, your voice would crack. If you laughed after saying it, something bad would happen. At least, that was what people believed. Let me go back a little. The school was a mixed boarding school along a tarred road that quickly turned into pothole road once you passed the main gate. Keke Napep drivers waited outside every visiting day, shouting prices. Urban ride cars passed sometimes, splashing dirty water on students' uniforms when it rained. Inside the gate, everything was rules, bells, lines, silence. I was a junior student then. Small body, big eyes, always observing. I did not like trouble. I liked peace. I liked food too. Rice and stew days made everyone happy. Beans and Gary days made everyone pray for visiting day. The senior arrived the year before I came. From the first week, strange things followed her. When she walked past, noise died. When she entered the hostel, quarrels ended. When she punished someone, even the teachers did not ask questions. People said she had favor. Others said it was fear. But some seniors whispered another thing at night. They said she did not become powerful by chance. They said power followed her because something else followed her first. I did not believe any of that. I was just trying to survive boarding school. Wake up early, fetch water, rush to assembly, avoid punishment, avoid seniors, especially her. The rule was simple. If she spoke to you, you answered with your head down. If she asked you to do something, you did it fast. If she punished you, you accepted it. And whatever you saw, you kept it in your heart. One day, a boy tried to report her. He was new like me, but taller. Brave mouth, always saying truth must be spoken. He said no senior was above the law. People warned him. Seniors begged him. Juniors avoided him. But he went ahead. The next morning, he did not come out for assembly. They said he was sick. The next week, he was sent home. Nobody ever asked why. After that, even courage learned how to sit down quietly. Now, back to that night. NEPA had taken light without warning. The generator refused to start. Darkness fell like a blanket. The hostel matron shouted instructions, then locked her door. Night prep was cancelled. Students climbed into their bunks, whispering stories they should not tell. I went to fetch water late because my bucket fell earlier. As I walked back, I saw movement near the old mango tree behind the hostel. That tree was not used anymore. People said it was older than the school. People said it listened. That was where I saw her. She was standing alone.
No touch, no phone, just standing, looking at the tree. Her back was straight, her hands were calm, too calm, like she was waiting for something. Then I heard it. A sound. Not loud, not clear, like the wind trying to speak. I froze. My bucket slipped from my hand and hit the ground. The sound stopped. Slowly, she turned her head. I ran. I did not look back. My heart beat like a drum. I reached the hostel, climbed into my bunk, and covered my head with my wrapper like a small child. That night, sleep did not come. In my dream, the mango tree was inside the hostel. Its roots crawled on the floor, its leaves scratched the ceiling, and the senior stood beside my bed, smiling without moving her lips. I woke up screaming. Some people laughed at me in the morning. They said it was just fear, boarding school fear. But when I told one senior girl what I saw, her face changed. She told me to forget it. She told me to drink water. She told me never to talk about it again. That was when I knew this story was bigger than fear. Days passed. The senior became stricter. Punishments increased. Students were tired, teachers were tired, but nobody spoke. It was like the whole school had agreed to keep quiet together. One afternoon, during sanitation, something happened. We were cleaning the back of the hostel near the borehole. The sun was hot. Sweat ran into our eyes. A junior girl slipped and fell near the mango tree. When we rushed to help her, we saw something on the ground. Marks, old marks, carved into the earth, symbols nobody taught us in class. The senior appeared suddenly. She told us to move away. Her voice was calm, but the air felt heavy. The girl who fell started crying without knowing why. I felt my legs shake again. That night, rain fell hard. Water entered the hostel. Buckets floated. Mattresses got wet. Students complained. The matron complained. But the senior just watched. And then she smiled. Not with happiness, with knowing. That was when I began to ask questions in my heart. Who was she really? Why did the school bend around her? Why did strange things happen where she stood? And why did fear follow her like a shadow? I did not know then that courage would soon knock on my chest. I did not know that kindness would be tested. I did not know that silence also had a price. But one thing was clear. The senior no one dared report was not just ruling the school. Something else was working with her, and it was getting closer. Come closer, let me continue. What happened after that night changed the school forever. After the rain, strange things started happening like they were normal. Shoes went missing and appeared under beds that were locked. Buckets filled themselves at night. Bells rang when nobody touched them. Some students laughed it off, others prayed quietly before sleeping. The senior was always there. Not everywhere at once, but always where something was about to happen. If a fight was about to start, she appeared. If a rule was about to be broken, she appeared. If someone was about to speak up, she appeared. It was almost like she had WhatsApp messages from the future. I tried to stay invisible. I stopped fetching water late. I stopped walking alone. I kept my eyes down. But once you see something, it is hard to unsee it. My dreams became heavy. The mango tree returned every night. Its branches moved like hands. Its roots followed me. One morning, during assembly, the principal talked about discipline and fear of God. His voice was strong, but his eyes kept moving, not to the students, to her. She stood at the back, arms folded, face calm. That day, a new girl joined our class. Her name was Zainab. She was quiet, but her eyes were sharp, the kind of eyes that notice things people miss. We became friends quickly. She shared her food with me during break. I shared my fears with her at night. I did not tell her everything, but she noticed. One evening, she asked me a question. Why does everyone fear that senior more than teachers? I told her to lower her voice. I told her some stories. I told her about the boy who tried to report. I told her about the mango tree. She listened. She did not laugh.
She said something that made my heart jump. What if the school itself is afraid of her? That night, NEPA took light again. The generator failed like before. Darkness spread fast. Students whispered. Somebody started praying loud. Fear has many languages. Then we heard footsteps. Slow, careful, not in a hurry. The footsteps stopped outside our hostel. The door opened. She walked in. No touch, no phone. Yet she did not trip. She called out names, one by one. Each name she called, the person stood up, shaking. Nobody knew how she knew who was where. She told them to follow her. No shouting, no force, just her voice. They followed. The rest of us stayed in our bunks, holding our breath. Minutes passed. Then screams. Not loud screams, short ones, like someone being surprised. Then silence. The students returned, quiet, eyes empty. They climbed into their beds and slept like nothing happened. In the morning, they could not remember anything, not one thing. That was when Zainab and I knew this was no longer just fear. This was control. We decided to observe, not to report, just to watch. We noticed patterns. Strange things always happen near old places. The mango tree, the abandoned classroom, the old well that was covered but not filled. Places elders warned people about during PTA meetings. Places teachers avoided during inspections. One Saturday, during chores, we were sent to clean the old store near the well. The door was hard to open. Dust filled the air. Cobwebs touched our faces. Zainab found something. A book. Not a school book. Old, brown, written by hand. Before we could open it, footsteps came again. She was there. Her eyes were not angry. They were calm. Calm like deep water. She told us to drop the book. We did. She picked it up. And for the first time, I saw something different on her face. Fear. Just for a second. Then it was gone. She told us to leave. We ran. That night, my dream changed. The mango tree spoke, not with words, with feelings. It showed me pictures. A girl like the senior, younger, crying. Elders arguing. A promise made, a price paid. I woke up sweating. Zainab had a dream too. Different, but connected. She saw a school built on land that was not given freely. She saw a bargain made to protect the place. She saw a child chosen. We did not say it loud, but we knew. The senior was not just a bully. She was a guard, a payment, a bridge between something old and something new. But bridges crack. The day everything started to fall apart was during visiting day. Parents came, food came, laughter came. The school looked normal again. Zainab's mother hugged her and prayed for her. My aunt brought rice and chicken. Fear rested for a while. Then a small boy from JSS 1 ran toward the mango tree. He tripped, he fell, and the ground opened. Just a little. Enough for people to see darkness. Real darkness. Parents screamed. Teachers rushed. The senior stood still. The ground closed again. That was when the elders were called. Real elders. Not school elders. Village elders. They came that night. They did not shout. They did not panic. They went straight to the mango tree. They poured water. They spoke words older than the school. The senior knelt for the first time. And she cried.
Not loud, quiet tears. The elders said it was time. Time for truth. Time for release. Time for courage. But release always asks the question, who will pay next? Now this is the part elders usually lower their voice to tell. Listen well. The village elder sat under the mango tree till dawn. No phone light, no generator, just moonlight and old words. The air felt heavy, like rain that refused to fall. Students were locked in their hostels. Teachers stayed inside. Nobody slept. The senior knelt the whole time. Her shoulders shook, not with fear alone, with tiredness, the kind that lives in bones. At sunrise, the elders called the principal. They called the matron. They called a few students who had seen too much. Zainab and I were among them. My legs shook as we walked. One elder spoke. He said the land where the school was built was not empty land. Long ago, it was a place where people came to settle problems, a place where truth was demanded. When the school was planned, the land was taken in haste. Promises were made, promises were broken. Something was left hungry. To protect the school, a bargain was made.
Every few years, one child would be chosen, not to die, but to stand, to guard, to carry fear so others could learn, to collect silence so the land would sleep. The senior was chosen when she was young, too young to say no. She was given rules, power, a warning. Never let the truth come out too early. Never allow chaos. Never let fear leave. But fear stayed too long. The elders said the bargain had expired. The land was tired. The guard was tired. It was time to end it. The senior looked up. For the first time, she spoke like a normal person. She said she was tired of being feared, tired of being alone, tired of dreams that never stopped. Not funny laughter, the kind that escapes when crying is done. The elders asked a question that made my chest hurt. Who will speak the truth so this can end? Silence. Teachers looked down. Parents were not there. Students shook. Then Zainab stepped forward. She said truth should not always wait for adults. She spoke about the fear, the silence, the punishments, the boy who was sent home, the things we saw. Her voice shook, but it did not break. I spoke too. My mouth was dry, but words came about the mango tree, the dreams, the night calls. The air changed. The mango tree cracked, just a sound. No falling, no breaking, like a deep breath. The elder nodded. The bargain loosened. The senior collapsed. Not dead, just free. She was taken home that morning, not punished, not praised, just released. The school changed slowly. Rules became fairer. Fear reduced. Teachers began to ask questions. Students laughed louder. The mango tree dried within weeks. It did not fall. It just slept. On the last day of term, the senior returned once, not in uniform. She smiled, a real smile. She said nothing, and she left. Some stories end loudly. This one ended quietly. But till today, when NEPA takes light suddenly and the hostel goes silent, students still remember. Not to fear blindly, not to stay silent too long, and never forget, some power only lasts while people are quiet.